When most people picture Krishna, they see a figure both enchanting and serene, a young man with skin the color of a monsoon cloud crowned with a peacock feather playing his flute at dusk. This image is woven deeply into the hearts of millions, symbolizing divine love, playful mischief, and cosmic wisdom. But while this vision is beautiful and powerful, it's only the beginning of Krishna's story. To truly understand his significance, we must look beyond the familiar iconography and explore the deeper, more paradoxical truths that lie beneath the surface. Let's embark on a journey to discover 5 mind-bending insights about Krishna that challenge our assumptions about divinity, purpose, and reality itself. Krishna's stories are not just tales of miracles or moral lessons, they are layered with profound complexity and paradox. While he is adored as a god of love and joy, his narrative also challenges us to rethink what we know about the divine. The deeper we go, the more we find that Krishna's life is filled with surprising twists, ideas that turn conventional wisdom on its head. In this video, we'll explore 5 of these truths, each revealing a new dimension to Krishna's character and the spiritual lessons he offers. Get ready to see Krishna in a way you may never have imagined. One of the most mind-bending ideas in Krishna's story is the concept of Lila, divine play. Unlike many philosophies that see the universe as a serious project with a specific goal, Krishna's teachings suggest that existence itself is a spontaneous, joyful game. The cosmos isn't moving toward a final destination or judgment. Instead, it's an endless dance unfolding for its own sake. This playful view reframes our understanding of purpose. Rather than seeking meaning in outcomes, Krishna invites us to find joy in the process, in the very act of being. The universe, then, is not a problem to be solved, but a play to be enjoyed. The universe is a divine play. What does that mean for us? Krishna's perspective challenges the idea that life must have a grand, serious purpose. Instead, he suggests that the value of existence lies in the joy and beauty of the moment. This doesn't mean that suffering or tragedy are meaningless, but rather that they are part of the larger drama, necessary notes in the symphony of life. By embracing this playful view, we can let go of the pressure to achieve cosmic success and instead focus on experiencing the dance of life with wonder and gratitude. Krishna himself is said to have declared that all of reality is his own Lila, a divine play arranged for his own enjoyment. He became many, creating the universe simply to experience the joy of multiplicity. Yet even as he plays within creation, he remains transcendental, untouched by the drama. This idea invites us to see our own lives as part of a cosmic sport where the ultimate meaning is not found in outcomes, but in the ongoing dance of existence. It's a radical shift from the usual search for meaning, and it opens the door to a more playful, accepting approach to life. Many religions, the ultimate spiritual goal is liberation, freedom from the cycle of birth and death. But Krishna's devotees in Brajbhumi see things differently. For them, the highest bliss isn't escaping the world but joining fully in Krishna's divine play. Their unique pilgrimage called Banyatra isn't a straight path to a holy site. Instead, it's a circular journey, symbolizing that the divine is present everywhere. These pilgrims don't seek salvation, they long for eternal participation in Krishna's Lila, valuing the experience of divine love above all else. Like traditional pilgrimages that have a clear start and end, Banyatra is circular with no fixed destination. This symbolizes the idea that the divine is not confined to one place or moment but is everywhere, always accessible. For the pilgrims of Braj, the journey itself is the reward. They immerse themselves in the landscape of Krishna's pastimes, seeking not to escape the world, but to experience its divine beauty more deeply. This approach turns the usual idea of spiritual progress on its head, suggesting that the greatest joy is found in participation, not in release. For Krishna's pure devotees, the ultimate goal isn't moksha, liberation from the cycle of rebirth, but the direct experience of eternal bliss and divine love. They believe that the joy of participating in Krishna's Lila is far greater than any promise of salvation. This radical idea reorders spiritual priorities, placing the highest value on love and connection rather than escape. It's a vision of spirituality that celebrates life and the endless opportunity to express devotion, suggesting that the greatest prize is not freedom from existence, but the chance to love and play forever with the divine. Krishna is often described as the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate source of all creation. Yet his stories are filled with moments where he willingly submits to the love of his devotees. This isn't a contradiction but a profound truth at the heart of his character. The most famous example is his foster mother Yashoda, who, exhausted by Krishna's mischief, tries to tie him up. No matter how much rope she uses, it's always too short, until Krishna, moved by her love, allows himself to be bound. This reveals a unique aspect of divinity. True power is not about domination but about being moved by genuine affection. This paradoxical quality is known as Bhaktivasyadam, the ability of the divine to be controlled by the love of devotees. Krishna, who holds the universe in his hands, chooses to be bound by the selfless affection of those who love him. This isn't a weakness but a deliberate move in the divine play. It suggests that the highest form of power is not coercion, but the willingness to be vulnerable to love. In Krishna's world, devotion is so powerful that it can move even the supreme being, turning the usual hierarchy of power upside down. The story of Yashoda tying Krishna is more than a charming tale. It's a profound lesson about the nature of love and divinity. As Yashoda struggles, her hair undone and sweat on her brow, Krishna sees her exhaustion and devotion. Only then does he allow himself to be bound, showing that the divine responds to sincere, selfless love. This moment teaches us that the ultimate connection with the divine isn't achieved through power or ritual, but through genuine affection and care. It's a reminder that love in its purest form can move even the cosmos. Krishna's willingness to be controlled by love redefines what it means to be powerful. In his stories, the greatest force isn't authority or might, but the capacity to be touched by the devotion of others. This idea challenges our usual notions of strength, suggesting that true greatness lies in humility and openness. For Krishna, the ultimate act of divinity is not to rule over the universe, but to participate in the loving relationships that give life its deepest meaning. Krishna's first major challenge as an infant wasn't a battle with a monster or a king, but a confrontation with a twisted version of motherhood. The demoness Putana sent to kill him disguised herself as a nurturing woman and offered him her poisoned breast. This story is more than a simple tale of good versus evil. It reveals that the most dangerous threats can come in the guise of love and care, corrupting what should be most sacred and trustworthy. Story of Putana is often interpreted as a warning against pseudo-teachers, those who appear nurturing but offer poison to the innocent. In Krishna's narrative, the first spiritual threat isn't a physical enemy but a corrupted form of guidance. This inversion of expectations highlights the importance of discernment on the spiritual path. It's not always obvious where danger lies. Sometimes it wears the mask of love and authority. Krishna's victory over Putana is a reminder to seek genuine wisdom and to be wary of those who misuse trust. Putana's attack on the infant Krishna symbolizes the dangers of corrupted love and false guidance. The story suggests that the greatest threats to spiritual growth often come not from obvious enemies, but from those who pretend to nurture while actually causing harm. This lesson is especially relevant in a world where trust can be easily misplaced. Krishna's triumph over Putana is a call to remain vigilant, to look beyond appearances, and to seek out true, compassionate teacher. Story of Putana carries deep theological significance. It's not just about defeating a demon, but about overcoming the first and most foundational spiritual threat, the corruption of trust and love. By making his first adversary a false mother, Krishna's story highlights the importance of authentic spiritual nurture. It's a reminder that the journey to truth begins with discerning real care from its imitations, and that the divine is always on the side of innocence and sincerity. In the popular imagination, Krishna and Radha are inseparable, a divine couple embodying the highest form of spiritual love. But surprisingly, Radha is almost absent from the earliest texts about Krishna, such as the Mahabharata and the Bhagavata Purana. Her story emerges more fully much later, reflecting the dynamic and evolving nature of religious tradition. This historical mystery invites us to look at how spiritual figures can grow and change over time, shaped by the devotion and creativity of their followers. While Radha's character likely existed in folk traditions, her elevation to Krishna's supreme consort happened centuries after the earliest stories. It was during the Bhakti movement, especially with the 12th century poem Gita Govinda, that Radha became central to Krishna's narrative. This shift shows how religious traditions are not static, but living and responsive to the needs and passions of their communities. Radha's story, born from the hearts of devotees, became a powerful symbol of spiritual love and longing. Gita Govinda, a 12th century Sanskrit poem by Jadava, played a pivotal role in elevating Radha to goddess status. Its passionate depiction of Radha and Krishna's romance captured the imagination of generations, influencing art, music, and theology. Through this literary masterpiece, Radha became a central figure in devotional practice, embodying the soul's longing for union with the divine. This transformation highlights the power of creative expression in shaping spiritual traditions and keeping them alive. Radha's story reminds us that religious truth is not a fixed, top-down revelation. Instead, it's a living, evolving relationship between the divine and its devotees. As communities express their love and devotion in new ways, spiritual figures like Radha can rise to prominence, reflecting the changing needs and aspirations of the faithful. This dynamic process keeps traditions vibrant and relevant, allowing them to speak to each new generation in fresh and meaningful ways. Krishna's story is a tapestry of beautiful contradictions. He is the all-powerful creator and the playful child, the supreme being who submits to love and the object of devotion that inspires radical spiritual rethinking. These paradoxes are not flaws but the very heart of his appeal. They invite us to embrace complexity and to see divinity as something dynamic, mysterious, and endlessly engaging. By looking beyond the familiar images, we discover a God who is both deeply human and profoundly transcendent. Krishna's narrative shows that even the most central figures of a tradition can evolve, with new layers of meaning emerging over time. His story is not a static set of rules or doctrines, but a living, breathing relationship between the divine and its devotees. This openness to change and reinterpretation is what keeps Krishna's story relevant and inspiring, generation after generation. It's a reminder that spiritual truth is always unfolding, inviting us to participate in its ongoing creation. The heart of Krishna's story is the idea that ultimate reality is not a static principle to be understood, but an endless loving game to be played. This playful vision invites us to approach life with curiosity, openness, and joy. Rather than seeking final answers or rigid certainties, Krishna encourages us to dance with the mysteries of existence, finding meaning in the very act of participation. It's a call to embrace the adventure of life with all its ups and downs as part of the divine play. Krishna's teachings challenge us to question our deepest assumptions about purpose, power, and love. By presenting the universe as a play redefining spiritual goals and showing the power of devotion, his story invites us to rethink what it means to live a meaningful life. Rather than striving for control or certainty, Krishna's path is about surrender, participation, and the courage to love deeply. It's a radical invitation to see the world and ourselves in a new light. The image of Krishna playing his flute is more than just a symbol of beauty. It represents the call of the divine, inviting all beings to join in the cosmic dance. The melody is sweet and irresistible, drawing people out of their routines and into a world of wonder and play. This image captures the essence of Krishna's message. Life is meant to be enjoyed, celebrated, and shared. The music of the flute is a reminder that joy is always available if we are willing to listen. Krishna's peacock feather is a powerful symbol of his playful and unpredictable nature. It represents beauty, grace, and the willingness to embrace life's surprises. The feather is also a reminder that divinity is not always serious or solemn. Sometimes it's found in the lightness of a child's laughter or the joy of a spontaneous moment. By wearing the feather, Krishna invites us to approach life with a sense of wonder and delight, finding the sacred in the everyday. Krishna is often depicted as a dancer, moving gracefully through the world and inviting others to join him. This image captures the essence of his philosophy. Life is a dance, full of rhythm, movement, and improvisation. The dance is not about perfection or control, but about participation and joy. By following Krishna's lead, we learn to move with the flow of life, adapting to its changes and celebrating its beauty. One of Krishna's most beloved stories is his childhood mischief as the butter thief. He would sneak into homes, steal butter, and share it with his friends. This playful act is more than just a cute anecdote. It symbolizes the joy of breaking free from rigid rules and embracing the sweetness of life. Krishna's mischief teaches us that spirituality isn't about strict discipline, but about finding delight in the simple pleasures and sharing them with others. Krishna's role as Arjuna's charioteer in the Bhagavad Gita is one of his most famous. On the battlefield, he offers Arjuna not just strategic advice but profound spiritual wisdom. He teaches that true action is done without attachment to results, and that the path to peace lies in surrendering to the divine will. Krishna's guidance is both practical and deeply philosophical, showing that the challenges of life can be met with courage, clarity, and compassion. Krishna's blue skin is often compared to the color of rain-laden monsoon clouds. This striking image is rich with symbolism. The blue represents infinity, mystery, and the boundless nature of the divine. Like the sky or the ocean, Krishna's presence is vast and all-encompassing, inviting us to lose ourselves in wonder. The color also connects him to the life-giving rains, suggesting that divinity nourishes and sustains all of creation. Krishna's declaration that he became many to play with himself is a profound statement about the nature of reality. It suggests that the diversity of the world is not a problem to be solved, but a source of endless joy. Each being, each moment is an expression of the divine play. By celebrating multiplicity, Krishna invites us to appreciate the richness and variety of life, seeing every experience as part of the cosmic game. Circular nature of Banyatra is a powerful metaphor for the spiritual journey. Unlike a straight path with a clear end, the circle has no beginning or end, symbolizing the eternal presence of the divine. This approach to pilgrimage encourages us to see every step as sacred, every moment as an opportunity to connect with Krishna. It's a reminder that the journey itself is the destination, and that devotion is a way of life, not a goal to be achieved. Krishna's devotees don't seek to escape the world, they want to participate in it more deeply. By joining in the divine play, they experience a sense of belonging and joy that transcends ordinary existence. This approach to spirituality is inclusive and celebratory, inviting everyone to take part in the cosmic dance. It's a vision of religion that values connection, creativity, and the endless possibilities of love. Krishna's life is told through countless stories, each offering a unique perspective on his character and teachings. These stories are not just entertainment, they are vehicles for deep spiritual truths. By listening to and retelling these tales, devotees keep the tradition alive, finding new meaning in old narratives. The power of story is central to Krishna's appeal, allowing his message to reach across cultures and generations. Krishna's story is not frozen in time. It continues to evolve, shaped by the devotion and creativity of his followers. New songs, poems, and rituals are created every day, adding fresh layers to the tradition. This living quality is what makes Krishna's story so vibrant and enduring. It's a reminder that spirituality is not about preserving the past, but about bringing the divine into the present moment, in ways that speak to our hearts and lives. Krishna's story is full of paradoxes. He's both child and God, playful and wise, powerful and vulnerable. These contradictions are not problems to be solved, but invitations to deeper understanding. By holding opposites together, Krishna teaches us to embrace the complexity of life, to find unity in diversity, and to see the divine in all things. Paradox becomes a path to wisdom, opening our minds and hearts to new possibilities. Krishna's ultimate invitation is to join in the divine play. He calls us to let go of rigid expectations and to approach life with openness and joy. This playful attitude doesn't mean ignoring suffering or difficulty, but meeting them with courage and creativity. By seeing life as a game, we can find freedom in the midst of challenge and discover new ways to love and connect. Krishna's invitation is for everyone, regardless of background or belief. Life, according to Krishna, is a dance, a movement of joy, sorrow, love, and loss. By participating fully in this dance, we honor the divine within ourselves and others. The dance is not about reaching a final goal, but about being present to each step, each moment. Krishna's story encourages us to move with grace and gratitude, trusting that every experience has its place in the larger pattern of existence. Krishna's willingness to be moved by love, even as the Supreme Being, is a powerful lesson in vulnerability and courage. He shows that true strength lies in the ability to open one's heart, to care deeply, and to be changed by love. This message is especially important in a world that often values control over connection. Krishna's example invites us to lead with our hearts, trusting that love is the greatest force in the universe. Radha's mysterious rise from folk tradition to central goddess is a testament to the power of devotion. Her story shows that spiritual truth is not handed down from above, but created in the living relationship between the divine and its devotees. Radha's love for Krishna becomes a model for all who seek deeper connection, reminding us that the heart's longing is itself a path to the divine. Krishna's story is not just to be admired from a distance, it's an invitation to participate. Whether through music, dance, storytelling, or acts of kindness, every person can join in the divine play. This participatory approach to spirituality breaks down barriers and creates a sense of community. It's a reminder that the divine is not far away but present in every act of love and creativity. Circular pilgrimage of Banyatra is a metaphor for the spiritual journey itself. There is no final destination, only the ongoing process of seeking, loving, and playing. This endless journey is not a burden but a joy, a chance to experience the divine in every moment. Krishna's story encourages us to embrace the journey, trusting that every step brings us closer to the heart of the mystery. Krishna's life is an invitation to wonder, to see the world with fresh eyes and an open heart. His stories encourage us to look beyond appearances, to question our assumptions, and to find joy in the unexpected. By following Krishna's example, we can cultivate a sense of curiosity and playfulness, discovering new possibilities in every moment. The invitation to wonder is always open, waiting for us to accept. As we reflect on Krishna's story, we are left with a profound question. What if the ultimate reality is not something to be understood but something to be played, loved, and experienced? Krishna's life suggests that the deepest truths are not found in answers but in the willingness to participate in the mystery. By embracing the play of existence, we open ourselves to a life of meaning, connection, and joy. Krishna's story is timeless, speaking to people across cultures and ages. His playful wisdom, profound love, and beautiful contradictions make him a god for all seasons, a source of inspiration, comfort, and joy. By looking beyond the blue, we find a divinity that is endlessly engaging, inviting us to join in the dance of life. The journey never ends and the play goes on.